All right. So I said in my last video I was going to share a variation of the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, and this is it. Now, the reason for the time gap is because while I was looking over my notes and the ritual that I had written, I I was dissatisfied with it. And this was because I had originally written it keeping the Kabbalistic cross intact and only translating the words from Hebrew into Greek. Now, where I am in my practices now, it's not something I wanted to share as it's been done by numerous others. So I took time to create and test something else that fit with a more pagan approach. And I also had members from the Discord server test it in their own practices, and it was all positive feedback. So I also have news regarding the book Scrolls of Manetho, because as some of you may know, the Kickstarter was unfortunately unsuccessful. But for those who did support it or who are interested in it, stick around to the end of this video because it is not over yet. But moving on, for those who do not know, the Kabbalistic cross is performed by superimposing your body against the Kabbalistic tree of life. Also, the words recited are the final words from the Lord's Prayer, which are, Thou art the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Amen. This, as a whole, does not resonate with me, and I know that there are many other people out there who follow a pagan tradition that feel the exact same way that I do. Now, because this does not fit within my practice, and it never really has, I wanted to share something that would resonate more with those who do practice a pagan religion. So instead of superimposing yourself over the Kabbalistic tree of life, you're going to place yourself against the pentagram. Now, the pentagram has its mysteries, which, in my opinion, are often overlooked in today's world. But I'm going to share some things with you here. From our view on Earth, we have 12 constellations that we cycle through. There are 12 hours in a day, 12 months in a year. The number 12 has also been shown as an important number throughout religious traditions. For example, there are 12 Olympian gods. Now, if we think three-dimensional and look to the Platonic solids, particularly the dodecahedron, we see that it has 12 sides. Now, when we look at the correspondences of the Platonic solids to the elements, the dodecahedron is attributed to the element of spirit. Now, look at the faces of the dodecahedron. You see that each face is made up of a pentagon, which has 5 sides and allows the pentagram to fit perfectly inside. The microcosm within the macrocosm. So by using the pentagram, we are attuning ourselves to the cosmos itself. So before we get into the actual ritual itself, the words used during this ritual are known as the Ephesiogrammata, which is an ancient Greek magical formula from the 5th or 4th century. The formula has become fairly popular, being used for protection. However, it also feels appropriate to me as a formula for marking something as divine and setting it apart as sacred, consecration, so to speak. That will make more sense later in the video when we actually get into the ritual itself. But at this point, I'm going to explain the ritual of the pentagram, which can either be invoking or banishing, depending on the direction you flow and the pentagrams you are tracing. If you don't know what I'm referring to, go back and watch my last 2 videos, which I'll link in the description below. Now, this is going to be slightly different from the way most people practice this ritual, but if you did watch my previous videos, you'll understand why I'm doing it this way. So the changes I made to the lesser ritual of the pentagram are as follows. I removed all of the Hebrew and replaced it instead with words associated with the archangels taken directly from the Greek magical papyri, which I mentioned in those previous videos. The cardinal location of the archangels is also different, which has also been taken from the chart in PGM 10, 36 through 50. You will also see that the pronunciation of the archangels is slightly altered, and this is due to the fact that I'm pronouncing the names as they are written in Greek and not Hebrew. Now, at the end of the lesser ritual of the pentagram, I make statements. I state the following: I am, and I recite a name. That name that I recite is a name that I deciphered from my astrological chart to reference my personal daemon. If you would like to find out how I did it, you can go to echoesfromthetemple.com and find the daemon name generator, plug your information in, and it'll give you a name. You just follow the instructions on the program. So now let's look at the entire ritual, starting with the alternative to the Kabbalistic cross ritual, which I have coined the Sacred Star Rite. You perform the ritual in a similar manner to the Kabbalistic cross. Begin standing with your feet apart and take a couple deep breaths to center yourself. Envision yourself growing until you are standing on the earth as a small spear beneath your feet in the vast open space. Visualize a brilliant sphere of light above your head, and as it flows down into your head, you intone or vibrate the word Askion. Now visualize that brilliant light flowing from the crown of your head straight down to your left foot, and intone or vibrate the word Kataskion. Extend your right arm directly out to your side and see the brilliant light flow from your left foot to your right hand, and intone or vibrate the word leaks. Then extend your left arm directly out to your left side and visualize that brilliant light flow from your right hand to your left, and intone or vibrate the word tetrax. Visualize the brilliant light tracing the line from your left hand down to your right foot, and you intone or vibrate the word damnamanus. Now visualize the light flowing back from your right foot to the crown of your head as you intone or vibrate the word Aesion. Now at this point you can recite the entire formula while envisioning the light flowing through the pentagram and feel the energy flowing. Visualize yourself shining with the completed pentagram within your energy field. Take a deep breath and then proceed with the lesser ritual of the pentagram or any other working you may be performing. All right, for the purposes of this video, we're going to go directly into the lesser ritual of the pentagram, starting with the banishing version. I'm going to describe two different versions, a banishing and an invoking. To really understand why, go back and watch my other two videos. They're linked in the description. So using either your index finger or your ritual dagger, face the east and trace a banishing fire pentagram and electric blue flame. Thrust the center of the pentagram and vibrate the divine name, Nisef. Trace a line of blue flame from the center of the banishing fire pentagram to the north. And now trace a banishing earth pentagram and electric blue flame. Thrust the center of the pentagram and vibrate the divine name, Nikef. Trace a line of blue flame from the center of the Banishing Earth pentagram to the west. And now trace a Banishing Water pentagram in electric blue flame. Thrust the center of the pentagram and vibrate the divine name, Aoke. Trace a line of blue flame from the center of the Banishing Water pentagram to the south. Now, facing the south, trace a Banishing Air pentagram and electric blue flame. Thrust the center of the pentagram and vibrate the divine name, Mikef. Trace a line of blue flame from the center of the Banishing Air pentagram to the east. At this point, take time to focus on all 4 pentagrams flaming around you and recite, before me, Mikhail. Behind me, Gabriel. To my left, Raphael. To my right, Suriel. Around me shines the pentagrams, within me shines a 6-rayed star. For I am, at this point you would enter your name, a child of earth and starry heaven. And at this point you would finish off with another sacred star rite. All right. So to perform the lesser invoking ritual of the pentagram, again, you would face the east, trace an invoking fire pentagram and the electric blue flame, thrust into the center of the pentagram, and vibrate the divine name, Nisef. Draw a line of blue flame from the center of the pentagram to the south. Notice the direction change. Face the south and trace an invoking air pentagram and electric blue flame. Thrust into the center of the pentagram and vibrate the divine name, Mikef. Draw a line of blue flame from the center of the pentagram to the west. Face the west and trace an invoking water pentagram and electric blue flame. Thrust into the center of the pentagram and vibrate the divine name, Auke. Draw a line of blue flame from the center of the pentagram to the north. Face the north and trace an invoking earth pentagram and electric blue flame. Thrust into the center of the pentagram and vibrate the divine name, Nikiev. Draw a line of blue flame from the center of the pentagram back to the east. At this point, take a moment to visualize the 4 pentagrams flaming around you and recite, before me, Mikhail. Behind me, Gabriel. To my left, Raphael. To my right, Suriel. Around me shines the pentagrams, within me shines a 6-rayed star, for I am, enter the name, a child of earth and starry heaven. Again, conclude with another sacred star rite to seal the rite. If you want to see the rituals in a text format, you can find them at echoesfromthetemple.com. So at this point, do you have a variation of these rituals that you practice yourself? Let me know in the comments. If you explore these as I have presented, I would like to know how they work for you. So come join the Discord and share your experience. Now, for those who may have stuck around to the end of this video for the news on Scrolls Manetho, it will still be published. Regardless of the failure of the Kickstarter, Monty already ordered a physical copy for review before making it available. So when it is available, I will let everyone know as well as where they can purchase their copy, because it will not be on Amazon unless Monty changes his mind. So, until next time, Salate.